Good morning. It's Saturday, December 26th, the day after Christmas. And I can tell you that I am disgusted with this wonderful country that we live in. Because yesterday in California, in a church that was supposed to have a limited attendance group, and we're supposed to all be wearing masks and everything, people showed up far above the attendance limit and without wearing masks. And one woman said, "I don't care what they tell us to do. I have my right. I want to worship, and I want to worship without my mask." And is that going on all over the country? I'm not really sure. That's the only real bad incident I heard about church gathering. But there are other bad things going on in the country. And one of the most disgraceful things is the Democrats and the Republicans fighting over some of the changes that President Trump wants to put into the coronavirus aid bill. He wants $2,000 per person, which the Democrats would be happy to pass, happy to make that change. But the Republicans don't want that change made. The Republicans want some of the other things in the bill taken out. Some foreign aid things that are in this bill. They want them taken out. But the Democrats want them to stay in. So here we are, a nation of people who are desperate. Not all of us. Many desperate people in this nation who need eviction protection. They need a stimulus check to continue just living, not a decent life, just managing to get by. And we got the government and the president futzing around. Now, why couldn't they just pass the bill? And I don't understand why this bill had to be tied up with a lot of foreign aid stuff anyhow. Plus, if this bill doesn't get passed, it's going to be a partial government shutdown. And if we have a partial government shutdown, when we're trying to distribute vaccines to a country where over 320,000 people are dead from COVID-19, then we suck. Now, this bill passed by a wide margin. There was no problem passing this bill. The only problem came about when a pissed-off President Trump, who still doesn't believe that he lost the election, decided that he's going to be a hero and raise the ante to 2,000 and is making a big stink out of the whole thing. And that starts this ruckus in Congress, where the Democrats want it, the Republicans don't. The Republicans want this, the Democrats don't. All these guys shouldn't get paid. How about that? How about none of the Republicans, none of the Democrats get paid until this stuff is resolved? And the president, well, he doesn't take a salary anyhow. And he's hiding in Mar-a-Lago. If anything happens, they're going to have to airmail the bill down to him. So while this Trump has created this ruckus, he's off playing golf. He was playing golf on Thursday. He didn't give a shit. He didn't respond to anybody. And then he tweeted a whole bunch of shit about the rigged election and everything, but nothing about the corona packages. And it took months and months to put this package together. 5,500 pages of bullshit. And this prick in the White House won't sign anything. Shows you what happens when you vote for an idiot. You get 4 years of shit. And now is a crisis which he can't control. It's ridiculous. And people still standing by him. 75 million people still standing by him when he's putting his thumb up his ass and his finger out at all these people because he's playing golf. He's down in Mar-a-Lago sunning himself playing golf. He could care less. He could care less about this country. And if I sound angry, it is because I am angry. Because he is not a decent human being. A decent human being would look at this thing and realize that he must take action. It's not about how he feels. It's about what the country needs. But not in his mind. His mind is always, what is in it for me? And then he's going to continue to rant and rave and collect money from the 75 million morons because he keeps telling people that the election was rigged. And even though guys like Mitch McConnell, who stood by him, and various other high-ranking Republicans stood by him through all of this, but finally gave in. He's in a tizzy. He's in a tizzy. He doesn't know what to do, so he lashes out, makes ridiculous statements, will veto bills that have no reason to be vetoed. They should be passed immediately. How about this? If President Trump doesn't sign this bill, then 14 million people will lose their unemployment benefits on Saturday. And on December 31st, the tenant eviction protection will disappear. So I'm wondering how many people in the 75 million people that voted for him are in these boats that need protection against being evicted, that need the unemployment insurance benefits. I wonder if he really knows how many of his own people he's screwing. And here's the worst part. He is so fucking self-centered that he wouldn't give a shit. He doesn't care if he screws his own people as long as they step up to the plate and give him donations for his ridiculous mail fraud assertions. There's no point in continuing this rant. This is a total mess because we have a group of people in Congress and the Senate, in the White House, who just don't want to cooperate with each other. It's stupid that we had foreign aid linked into this bill. Why don't we just have a foreign aid bill that you could fight over separately, and a coronavirus bill that you could fight over separately, and a president who's leaving the office on January 20th would probably, I don't know what the hell he would do because he's a lunatic, because he's so embittered that he can't think straight. And I think he just lives his whole life this way. He loves to sue, so he's looking for another thing to do instead of suing. Well, in any event, that's what I have to say this morning. I'm not sorry, I'm angry, because somebody has to be angry over these things. And it might as well be me. So I thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.